Hello and welcome to Mythcrafts. My name is Dr. Emma Woods. I'm a mythologist, a folklorist and an author, and I run Mythcrafts with my husband, Shivakumar. So today we're going to talk about Lady Luck and hopefully let you know the secret to keeping her smiling. After all, we all know that when she shines down upon you, your life becomes so easy. Joyous, in fact. But once she takes her gaze away, the storm clouds roll in and the pathways before you become treacherous and rocky. The Greek goddess of luck, fortune and chance is Tyche, later known as the Roman goddess Fortuna. Our luck comes in various forms, the good, the bad, and every shade in between. Luck is a never-ending cycle and a fickle master. While you may be at the top, at any given moment you can easily fall back towards the bottom. Tyche's multifaceted nature is demonstrated by some of the iconography associated with her, representing this concept of constant change. Sometimes Tyche is seen with a ball, an unsteady object that can roll in any direction, just like our luck can change at a moment's notice. Her Roman incarnation Fortuna favoured a wheel, but it serves the same idea of constant change and has become an increasingly populist image associated with the concept of fortune. We can all see this idea in the television game show Wheel of Fortune, which has dominated its category ratings since the 1950s. And we also see it in the spinning wheel of luck, which is a common sight at casinos and fairgrounds, and on those pesky discount website pop-ups. So this is a Fortuna engraving by Hans Siebold Boehm from 1541. You can see that she's holding a wheel in her hands, complete with a handle for easy turning. She also has a ball next to her, both objects reiterating this idea of turning. While the contemporary concept of Lady Luck has relegated the goddess Tyche to a more abstract idea, she was once a powerful force in ancient Greece. She was the patron goddess of many cities, and this was demonstrated in the iconography of a crown that depicts city walls that she often wore upon her head. She was also often shown holding the cornucopia or baby Plutus, showing her connection with wealth and abundance. So if we look closely at this Tyche of Athens figurine from the Acropolis Museum, you can see how her crown depicts city walls, and in her hands she's got the cornucopia. More importantly, Tyche was often depicted holding a rudder. Like the rudder of a ship, Tyche could steer one's life by the amount of fortune she bestowed, and for that she was often closely associated with the three fates. So in this photograph of a statue of Tyche from the Brooklyn Museum, you can see, as well as holding the cornucopia, she's guiding a rudder behind her with the other hand. We've suggested in a previous article on Mythcrafts that the Fates were one of the most powerful forces in ancient Greece, potentially holding more power than Zeus himself. There are many examples in mythology where the gods have had to defer their own wishes and cede their power to the course the Moirai had already set in motion. The poet Pindar agreed with this idea of the ultimate power held by the Fates, and went as far as to suggest that their sister Tyche was even more formidable than the Fates themselves. We can see this idea reflected in the writings of Pausanias in his work, Description of Greece, where he says, "I am in general agreement with Pindar's ode, and especially with him making Tyche one of the Moirai, and more powerful than her sisters." The idea of more power than the Fates is an interesting concept. When we think about it, the Fates set life's paths when humans are born, and that is the extent of their powers. However, Tyche has infinitely more flexibility. Her role in a person's fate is not set in stone. Her rudder allows her to change the course of a life at any moment. So perhaps she is the one we should be directing our prayers towards in times of need. But more importantly, we should always remember to pay our respects to Tyche in our moments of good fortune too. A fact which the fable The Farmer and the Goddess Fortune, which is attributed to Aesop and was translated by Laura Gibb, reminds us of. A farmer had started turning the earth with his plough when he saw a treasure suddenly spring into view from the depths of the furrow. His spirits soared as he abandoned the lowly plough and drove his oxen off to better pastures. He immediately built an altar to the earth goddess, worshipping her for having happily bestowed on him the wealth that had been buried inside her. While the farmer was rejoicing in his new circumstances, the goddess Fortuna was indignant that he had not considered her equally worthy of incense and offerings. She thus appeared to the man and gave him this warning about the future. Instead of making an offering of your newfound wealth in my temple, you are sharing it with all the other gods. Yet, when your gold is stolen and you are stricken with grief, then you will turn to me first in all of your despair and deprivation. Aesop's fable is a great reminder that we should always practice gratitude in our lives. All too often, we only remember to acknowledge the forces that shape our lives when times are tough, and we forget to be mindful when our luck is flowing freely. Tyche gives us a great reminder that perhaps changing our mindset to one of gratitude might just keep our good fortune steering in the right direction for longer. So thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this. We'd love to hear your comments below, or please like and subscribe to our channel, and we will catch you next time. Goodbye.